Thank you very much. Today it's my distinct privilege to welcome to the White House 3 of the 5 living survivors of the USS Arizona. This is their first time to our nation's capital, Ken, Lauren, and Don. I hope this trip does honor to you and your truly heroic service, and we want to thank you all. That is so great. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Gave me the nicest hardware, plus a beautiful hat, right? That was really beautiful. Thank you. For these 3 World War II veterans, December 7th, 1941, the brutal attack on Pearl Harbor is forever seared into their memories. It's also seared into America's memory because on that grim day, this mighty nation was roused to defend freedom itself. Each of them has a harrowing story of courage to share. They tell us of the American spirit under fire and of the will of our people to defeat threats to our nation and to the civilized world. One of the heroes with us today is Ken Potts. Ken was on the shore at Pearl Harbor when the attack began. Rather than flee from the fire and the chaos, he drove his small boat into the blazing hot water. He climbed aboard the sinking Arizona and he carried off passengers one by one. Ken, it is an honor to meet you, an American hero whose love of our country and love of his brothers was greater than his concern for his own safety. And he paid a very big price. He's gone through life in a little bit worse condition than he could have, but he was very, very happy that he did it. We're deeply grateful that you're here today with us nearly 76 years after that December morning. You're a living witness to history and a living example of true American courage. Ken? Fine. You doing good? Good. You feeling good? Good. You better believe it. He looks good to me. Thank you very much. Fantastic. Thank you. Lauren Bruner and Donald Stratton are also with us. They were on the deck of the USS Arizona doing their duty when the ship was engulfed by massive, massive flames. They were both fortunate enough to be rescued by another courageous hero, Joe George, whose daughter Joanne is with us today. Joe was in a boat next to the USS Arizona, and when he saw several men still standing, he hurled a rope onto the deck of the ship at tremendous risk to himself. Lauren and Don clung to that rope, and hand over hand, they crossed through the 70 feet of flames, burning endlessly. The story of Lauren and Don's devotion and duty doesn't end there. Despite suffering terrible burns still with them today, they both served in the Navy for years after, fighting in some of the greatest Pacific engagements in World War II. Lauren and Don, thank you very much for your lifetime of service and your lifetime of sacrifice. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Feel pretty good, right?
Well,
Good to be.
I'm hanging in there.
How long are you together? Listen to this one, folks.
67 years, my wife.
That's a long time. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you.
That is beautiful. As Lauren and Don will tell you, they're here because one man, Joe George, stopped at nothing to save them. Joe George rescued 6 men that day. He is no longer with us, but he will always honor and remember a man, and we will always do this, whose courage knew no limits. His name will go down in history. Very brave, very strong. Joanne, your father, makes us all proud. Thank you for inspiring our nation by telling the story of your father, a true patriot, a well-known man, a man that goes down really in the history with the Arizona, and a total hero. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You should be, right? Thank you, sir. That's so nice. Thank you for being here. I think you loved him, huh?
I love you very much, and I know you understand. You
I do.
understand
I
the
do.
relationship.
That's true. Thank you, John. Appreciate it. There are many remarkable things that I witnessed as president, but nothing can take the place of meeting heroes like those with us today. In them we see the strength of our nation, the courage of our men and women in uniform, the resolve to never accept failure, and the belief that justice will always triumph, and that the America that we know and love, the United States, will always prevail. We will always prevail. And by the way, we're building it up bigger. You know this. We're building up bigger and stronger and better than ever before. Our military is very proud again, aren't they?
Yes, sir.
They see what's happening. They're looking at those budgets and they're seeing lots of ships, right? And lots of planes,
Yes,
lots of great equipment.
Yes, sir.
Ken, Lauren, Don, and Joanne, I want to thank you for reminding us who we are, where we come from, and why we never, ever give up. Your story gives us all inspiration to do the right thing for our country, our countrymen, and for our God. Thank you very much for being here. Thank you very much. It's a great honor. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you all.
Mr. President, what are you trying to accomplish with your staff shake-up today? Can you explain to us what you're trying to accomplish?
Make America great again.
Anything you can tell us?
Getting there, getting there.
We're getting there, right?
Well, you bet.
We're getting there fast.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
You want to hear this, folks? It's very interesting. It's just a very beautiful statement. Very beautiful statement.
All the people we met today and all the people who were lined along as we went along, you could tell with our military and everything that this country's coming together again, and we're gonna be there.
That's good. Now I know you why you're married to stay so long, right? Come here. That's beautiful. Thank you.
This is,
I could never have said it that well, believe me. Believe me. Thank you. That's so nice. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. Keep up. I will. Thank you very much. Great respect. Great respect. Thank you very much. Yeah, thank you, Mr. President. Thanks, everybody. It's a beautiful list. Thank you. Thank you.
such a pleasure.
Thank you.
Good job.
I will. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you.